Do we have people going on ground to sort of just tell us what is there in line with technology at our disposal?
I think we are losing it when we put all the blame on the government and the policies and everything. I think we should appreciate one thing, that all over the world, technology is driven by the private sector. And you get to see that the government come in when the private sector has created the momentum. In this country, we should not entirely believe that we are lagging behind on matters technology and that relatively nothing is happening. I think if you walk around this city, you will appreciate the innovations and the good work that the youth in this country are doing. If you go, for example, to iHub, you'll find young people, energetic, ambitious, making innovations that will cause ripples all over the world. So we should not be entirely pessimistic on what technology is offering. For example, technology, and Ian would agree with me because he's in tech.
In tech, yeah. That
techies in this country, most of them didn't even learn computer science. I'm an example. I didn't learn computer science in campus. So in technology, there are no barriers that, there are not those absolute barriers that inhibits young people from joining technology.
And just getting
so we can't sit back and say the government is doing nothing about it. Like we said, technology has no boundaries. So I can develop an app in Nairobi and it would be used in Accra. So we cannot entirely say that it's a government issue, blame the public sector for it. I think the private sector in this country is doing a lot to advance technology. The innovation hubs are all over in this country. So we have companies teaching kids to code in this country. So the private sector has taken it, and I think we are on the right track.
Let's have Ian first, and then we come to you to expound more on that.
It's a good point that Daniel and Sam are bringing up, the iHubs, that kind of thing. My only concern is, all these being privately managed, there's a contract that is tied to it. So everything that you come up with is owned by the company you're working for. So at the end of the day, if you're not keen, you end up making chap change, out of your innovation. So the reason why I would want the government to step in, maybe Joe Musheru, is, you see, I am working for instance, like today, I'm working for a company based in Hong Kong. Everything that I do, makes them more money than it makes me.
And us as a country.
And us as a country. So I think the biggest investment that a country should do is protect the innovative and creative minds of the young people. This is very crucial. And at this point, like now the country is rolling the new education system, the competency-based one. We have homeworks that are coming to homes that involve that involve you going on YouTube, that kind of thing, a bit of research. So we are training them at a young age to be able to do research on their own over the internet, which is good. But then you also need to realize one thing, that this gadget, once you give it access to your 5-6-year-old, you're throwing this child in the deep end. There's no, globally, there's no way to control what content they view. There's no way. As a parent, you can try.
At 3, by the way, not 6, 3.
Exactly, at 3. You see, you give a 3-year-old your tablet.
Has an email address. I'm like.
Exactly. You give them your tablet at 3 years, they will do things and go to places you would not imagine.
He's probably way better than me when it comes to the phone. Sometimes he does things and laughs at me at 3. And laughs at me, telling me that I'm not able to deal with my very own phone, and I'm surprised.
Exactly. So we're heading towards the right direction, yes. But if we do not look at it policy-wise, it will mess us up.
The policy guy comes in.
That's why I said, and I brought up the issue of private partnership. And I think up to a certain point, 80%, he augmented my point, until now he deviated to to other things I will disagree with. And I will tell you why.
Yes.
I think with the argumentation that it is a private sector which drives technology, absolutely I agree on that one. That one I agree on. But when it comes to say that these innovation hubs and high hubs have been percolated back to the constituency and to the localities, I disagree. Ian and I come from the same locality, the same constituency. Ian, if you can be honest, do you know of an high hub in our constituency?
I have no clue. I actually don't think there is a computer lab, a fully furnished computer lab in the entire constituency.
Yeah,
They're only located here in Nairobi, in big cities like Machakos, in Nakuru, few. But if you go to Samburu, do you get it?
Not at all.
Even as class 2 student will tell you there's nothing like that. So the point I'm trying to say is there's much to be done. But I agree with him and with also Ian, we are moving toward the right direction. Right. There's a guy in Nakuru who is a friend of mine. He came up with an innovative idea on marketing and such stuff. I'm trying to augment the point of Ian here about the security of these innovations. He took it to somewhere, I don't want to mention the hub, otherwise I'll be taken to court and I don't have a lawyer. He took it to IAB. Unfortunately, after 2 weeks, before it was launched, some other group was launching it somewhere.
Whoa. Protection of what?
Protection. On investigation, it was found that senior managers of that hub had conspired because it was a fantastic idea to launch it with another group for their own financial gain and everything. So are our innovations secure?
Not at all.
Actually,
they are not.
Speaking of innovations, this Omata speed governance, you know, somebody quoted the speed governance from somewhere in River Road.
See?
But then the money goes to a Chinese company, you know. So I think we need to look at these serious things that are happening with our young people and invest in that and protect that. And then we will have young
Towards the last minute,